Results can be very quick as long as you pay attention to them. So I'm just on my 23rd run, and just a few weeks ago I ran this same course, and I ran it, it's probably my first or second run, 10k run, and I ran it at 5:57 pace. So today we're running it at hopefully, fingers crossed, at 4:57 planned. So we'll keep you updated as we're going. So we're 3.5k in to this 10k run, where I want to average a 4:57, and we're actually running too fast for that. So they talk about running negative splits when you're doing marathons or any runs. And so a negative split is you start slower than your average time, in the middle you hit your average time, and then at the end you go quicker, so that the second half of your run is faster than the first half. The reason behind that is to make sure that you don't burn yourself too easy. So let's see how I go at 5.
How are we going?
Well, feeling a little bit. Joel, how many Ks we're at? 4.5 Ks. 5.5 Ks, so we're over halfway. What's our pace? Coming, Bianca?
4:45.
So we're on 4:45 pace for over halfway. And so the danger here is that I've gone out too hard. So when you want to, we talked about negative splits, we should have gone out in the first 2 Ks at a 5:10s, then for another 5 or 6 hit the 5-minute mark, and then finish really strongly with 4:40s. So that's 4 minutes 40 seconds per kilometre to finish. But at the moment we've done the first 5.5 at 4:45. So as you can see, I'm feeling pretty fucked. So now we're at 7k, we've dropped off a little bit. So what will happen now is 3 Ks to go. So we're 70% of the way through, from 7 till 9. Next 20% should be a little bit of a lift, and then after that, last K, it's all out. See how we go. We just hit 8.9, about hit 9k, and the last 2 Ks we've picked up to 4:45s or better. So in this last K, I'll break it down to the 500 metre mark. I'll pick it up to 500, then I'll pick up to 250, then I'll pick up with 100 left, and hopefully I can run it better than a 4:40. Here we go. Making sure I hold form and get my efficiency right. This is a time where people lose out and they lose their form and they waste too much energy. 500 to go. Pick up even harder now. $300 to go. So we've just finished that 10k, and now's the time where you start checking your heartbeat and your recovery. And so we actually I've got a 4:49 pace for the 10ks, but Joel's GPS was way ahead of mine as far as he actually ran longer than I did. What was your time?
Well, I ran about a bit over 100 metres more and right on 10k.
On 10k,
yeah.
And what was your time?
4:50.
So I've got a 4:49, he's got a 4:50. His GPS said run an extra 100 metres more than me to get to 10ks. And this is really important. There's 2 things I want to say here. This is my 23rd run. They've done a lot more than me. So in my 23rd run, I managed to knock 1 minute and 8 seconds off every kilometre. So in that 10Ks, I basically wiped off nearly 11 minutes. Now, could I wiped off 11 minutes if I'd just done it the next day and tried to do that? No way. And this is where it's important that if you decided for the next 23 days to go out and find a deal and do feasibilities on it, I can guarantee you by the 23rd day, you would have so much more understanding about feasibilities, and more importantly, you'll actually get really, really quick at it. Christine, my wife, when we find a property, she can do the research on that property within half an hour. It used to take her days. Now there's no chance in the world that you would ever be able to do feasibilities really well if you only do one and then give up. The second point to this is, I used to watch people do deals and go really well out of them. And don't get me wrong here, I'm so happy, like it brings me to emotional tears to see people succeed. But there was always a small percentage of me that says, geez, I wish it was my deal too, right? And that's considering that we do some pretty good deals. Today, I want to say to you, I don't think like that anymore. That was maybe 10 years ago. The reason I don't think like that anymore is because, as you can tell from his GPS, Joel's GPS, and my GPS, they were two different readings, probably coming off two different satellites or multiples of satellites. So I can't compare my situation, and I can't be jealous of his GPS or my GPS because it got quicker or whatever. You are in a race against yourself. Remember, the only way to improve, the only way to get your head clear is to do some physical exercise and then back that up with the work that you do on a daily basis. I'm hoping to be able to get myself back to doing a 10K in 40 minutes, which basically means I need to do 4-minute Ks. So I nearly have to wipe another 50 seconds off my time. I've done it before. It was a goal that I'd set for about 6 years before I achieved it. And the only way I got to achieve it was making sure that I went out and did more running.